Hello everyone. Today we're diving into the story of a crazy king who forced his daughter to marry a pig. Even worse, she had to live in a pigsty and eat pig food. The king had 3 daughters, and one day he decided to visit the market to ask for their gifts. The eldest wanted gold, the middle silver, but the youngest dreamed of talking grapes. Last, she wanted a smiling apple and a jingling peach, despite them being clearly unavailable at the market. As a doting dad, the king promised to do his best and soon bought dresses for his eldest and middle daughters. He visited all vendors, but nobody had seen what the youngest princess wanted, and the king felt like sitting on a volcano. Just then, the carriage hit a bump, and lo and behold, the wheel got stuck in a deep hole. He couldn't pull it out no matter what, and soon the word spread across the village. Everyone, young and old, came to help, but nobody could rescue the carriage. Then, a white pig showed up, claiming it could fix the problem, but the king had to marry his daughter to it. The king thought, why not? And shook on it. With that, the pig nudged the wheel, and suddenly the carriage soared like a rocket to the castle. Back at the castle, the pig handed dresses to the eldest and middle daughters, but sadly told the youngest that her wishes went unfulfilled. Just then, a loud snorting came from outside, and the king looked out to see the pig rolling up with a cart, claiming it was there to take the princess home. But the king was not about to hand over his daughter to a pig, so he quickly dressed a maid like the princess to send her out instead. But that clever pig saw right through it and recognized the maid wasn't the princess. The king began to regret his promise. The youngest princess cried, and the king decided to use a messy strategy to discourage the pig. But when the pig saw the princess, it jumped with excitement and rushed to scoop her up into the cot. The pig zoomed away, making grunting sounds, promising the princess she'd be happy. But the princess wasn't buying it, crying like a fountain all the way. Rumor has it that if you type Lucky 2023, your dreams will come true, and soon the white pig took the princess into its pigsty. It made her sleep on dirty straw, calling it her new home. She cried even harder. The buff pig brought corn, but she found it awful after one bite and cried again. So, the princess eventually cried herself to sleep. The next day, she woke up to find herself in a cozy bed, hardly believing her eyes. The filthy pigsty had transformed into a lavish palace, and before she could process it, a group of women burst in to beautify her. Soon, the princess switched out of her ragged clothes for a stunning new dress and was whisked away to the dining hall, where a handsome man awaited. The man said, "Everything here belongs to you, and if you like, I can belong to you too." The princess was curious about who the stranger was, but he didn't answer and instead led her to a garden where she found talking grapes, smiling apples, and jingling peaches. After showing her around, he asked if she would marry him, and seeing his sincerity, the princess happily agreed to stay and be his wife. From then on, the princess lived happily. Don't forget to like and subscribe.